A quiet inspection in South Korea? But one glance says it all. The Philippines may be walking away from Israel's Spyder and stepping toward a new shield from Seoul. In a single photograph, Major General Fabian Pedregosa stands before South Korea's MSAM system, a missile battery powerful enough to change the country's air defense future. What made the Philippines end its deal with Israel? And why is South Korea suddenly the center of attention? Today, we break down the real story behind this quiet move and how one visit could redefine the way the Philippines defends its skies. Before we continue our discussion, don't forget to like button, subscribe, and the notification bell button from Pinoy Guard. Welcome back to Pinoy Guard. At the Air and Missile Defense Forum 2025 in South Korea, the commander of the Air Defense Command, Major General Fabian M. Pedregosa of the Philippine Air Force, took a closer look at one of the most advanced surface-to-air missile systems displayed at the event, the MSAM, or Medium-Range Surface-to-Air Missile System. This moment is more than just a courtesy visit. It symbolizes a strategic crossroads for the Philippines as it reassesses its air defense partnerships following its decision to terminate the existing arrangement with Israel, the current supplier of the Spyder system. The inspection by Major General Pedregosa is a clear signal. The Philippines is actively seeking a reliable and politically stable partner for its shore-based air defense system, or SPADS program, one that can deliver capability, sustainability, and security assurance amid regional and global tensions. The Spyder system from Israel's Rafael Advanced Defense Systems was once the cornerstone of the Philippines' air defense ambitions. Under the previous plan, the Philippine Air Force sought to establish an integrated missile defense network using Spyder SR and Spyder MR variants. These systems were designed to protect key national assets and air bases from aerial threats such as enemy aircraft, cruise missiles, and drones. However, in early 2025, tensions in the Middle East, including regional conflicts involving Israel, began to disrupt the country's defense exports and supply chains. For Manila, this raised serious concerns. What happens if a conflict in another part of the world halts spare parts or missile deliveries? For a country like the Philippines, which relies heavily on foreign defense technology, continuity and reliability are not just technical issues, they're matters of national survival. Thus, the Department of National Defense decided to suspend and eventually terminate the agreement with Israel, opening the door for alternative suppliers, including South Korea. The MSAM, also known as Cheongung II, is South Korea's pride in the realm of air defense technology, developed by LIG Next 1 in collaboration with Hanwha Systems and the Agency for Defense Development, ADD. It represents the next generation of medium-range surface-to-air missile defense, designed to intercept aircraft and ballistic missiles at altitudes of up to 20 kilometers and ranges exceeding 40 kilometers. The MSAM is part of South Korea's multi-layered missile defense network, positioned between the short-range KMSAM and the long-range LSAM system. For the Philippines, this system offers several potential advantages. 1. High survivability. The MSAM uses advanced radar and guidance systems, capable of engaging multiple targets simultaneously, a crucial advantage for archipelagic defense. 2. Proven performance. The system has been successfully tested under the Korean Air and Missile Defense (KMD) structure, giving it real-world operational validation. 3. Technology transfer potential. South Korea's defense partnerships often include industrial cooperation and local maintenance support, aligning perfectly with the Philippines' Self-Reliant Defense Posture (SRDP) initiative. 4. Interoperability. With existing South Korean defense equipment already in Philippine service, such as FA-50PH light fighters and KI's upcoming additional units, logistics and technical alignment would be smoother compared to starting from scratch with a completely new supplier. This possible shift from Israel to South Korea signifies more than a simple change of supplier. It reflects a strategic realignment in the Philippines' defense policy, a move towards Asian defense cooperation in place of volatile external partners. South Korea has consistently proven itself as a reliable and non-controversial partner, not just to the Philippines, but across Southeast Asia. For instance, the Philippine Navy is already working with Hyundai Heavy Industries, HHI, for its frigate and offshore patrol vessel programs, while Korea Aerospace Industries, KI, continues to expand the country's air power with FA-50s. Integrating the MSAM into this ecosystem could therefore strengthen interoperability, reduce maintenance costs, and unify training pipelines across multiple branches of the armed forces. Under the Rehorizon 3 modernization phase, the Philippine Air Force aims to create a comprehensive air defense network capable of detecting, tracking, and intercepting threats before they reach critical assets. The MSAM could form the medium-range layer of this network, complementing radar surveillance systems like the LTE-LM, 2280-ADR, and potentially integrating with command and control systems being developed by Hanwha Systems for the Navy's surface fleet. The result would be a joint, multi-domain defense grid, where the Air Force, Navy, and Army share situational awareness through interconnected systems, a vision long pursued but never fully realized due to funding and compatibility issues. If realized, this would represent a milestone for the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, transitioning from a reactive defense stance to a network deterrence posture capable of defending the nation's skies and maritime zones. Of course, opportunities come with challenges. The MSAM is not cheap. Each battery could cost between 12 to 15 billion pesos, depending on configuration and radar units. Funding such systems will require not only political will, but also long-term budget commitment under the Department of Budget and Management and the Department of National Defense. Moreover, integrating Korean and Western systems, especially if the Philippines continues to operate other sensors and command platforms from Israel or the United States, may pose technical compatibility challenges that must be carefully managed. The presence of Major General Fabian Pedregosa at the Air and Missile Defense Forum 2025 was more than symbolic. It marked the beginning of a new evaluation process, one that could determine the next generation of the Philippines' air defense capability. The MSAM system represents not only a potential replacement for the Spyder, but also a strategic evolution, a move towards greater independence, regional collaboration, and sustained defense development. As the world grows increasingly uncertain, the Philippines' decision to diversify its defense partnerships and fortify its skies may well define its security trajectory for the next 2 decades. From the deserts of the Middle East to the mountains of Korea, the Philippines is learning one lesson. True air defense is built not only on technology, but on trust and reliability.